I am telling you, we never knew one negative thing about African Americans. Why, when you arrive here, you don't unite with us? And I will ask you, how many times have you tried to go visit us on the continent? When we got here, we stay away from you because we see too much of us in you.
You say too much of us in you, specifically.
The violence, the meanness, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Liberia, the killing of each other, the dishonesty.
A lot of people overlook the success and achievements that y'all so fixated on the negative. Black Americans, we
copied it from you. Your music says it. Don't you say it yourself? Come on. Don't you say it all the time? African Americans are a crap in a bucket. They don't support each other's business. They don't come together to do. So why are you blaming that on me?
This is what we did in this country with less resources, with the less, and we still accomplished more than anybody in the diaspora.
Well, then what is the complaint about the white supremacists? You are the richest nation on earth. I agree with you. And we have done all these things and accomplished all these things. Yeah. Then why are we talking about somebody did something? All I'm saying is, I am talking about us. And I'm saying, if all the things you are mentioning happening, wouldn't that be enough reason for you to say—
You've been here for 40 years, you said?
34.
Okay, before then, what was your understanding of foundational Black Americans at that point? Have you heard about us even when you were wherever you were from?
Well, you must understand that when we began to know about African Americans, they were called colored people. And then from colored, it became Negro. And then after Negro, it became Afro-American. So we in high school, if you had come to Africa, we call it Afro-American. And then from there, it became Black American. And then from there, it became African Americans. And now I'm hearing the new terminology, which is foundational Black Americans. I don't understand it. I don't know where it came from. So if I knew about African Americans, yes, my name was Superfly. We all have to choose an African name, African American name, because we watch Cooley High, Brockton and all these things. We knew the names have changed just as the lifestyles have changed also. So yes, of course, we read it in high school. We knew about—
But what was the gist of what— because my whole point of bringing this up is, the media and the world of the power of America, just like you mentioned those movies. Those movies depicted, Black people in a certain way. But we're ignoring the fact that Black people are foundational Black Americans are being pictured as criminals, your enemy, everything anger, everything evil, everything is boiled in. So when you guys hear that from wherever you're from, you come here,
you know what is funny?
And have that same—
You know what is funny? I'll tell you this. In Africa, New York has many Africans. Ask any African who is over 50 years old or 60 years old. To name one negative thing we heard back in Africa about African Americans. Zero.
So where does that come? Because we had African people on the show say that their parents gave them the talk when they came over here: stay away from those Black Americans. They're just going to get you pregnant. They drugged it. So where did that white supremacist talking point about Black Americans come from with Africans and even some Caribbeans?
I'm going to say this real quick. I think that both parties are going to have their own stereotypes, because we all know when we think of Africans, most of the time we think of a scammer or whatnot. In America, we're going to have our stereotypes, Black or white, or any culture going to have their own stereotypes.
So you have social media, right?
Before social media.
No. I'm talking about, listen.
You're talking about today. This has been going on for centuries.
No, you asked me about what we knew about African Americans back in the— and I'm telling you, we never knew one negative thing about African Americans. Never. Now, let me make it clear so you can understand. Start from 1957, when W.E.B. Du Bois moved to Ghana. Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Maya Angelou moved and lived there for 14 years. Ghana became, or West Africa became, the Mecca for African Americans. Not one has any bad message when they come back here. So we were only knowing things and we were copying your style. You made dashiki become even attractive to us to wear it. Platform shoes and all that. We followed today any barber shop in Africa. You don't see any African. It is all, Ice-T and all these people.
I will say he has a point there. A lot of Africans do follow African Americans. If you really look at the way how culture has transitioned over there, when it comes down to the artistry, the rap, the hip hop, the culture, they definitely copy us to the T.
Only when we arrived here, then we see it for ourselves, what we see.
So you follow the white supremacist mindset when you guys got here. That's what I'm hearing.
What is a white
because I mean,
white supremacy?
the hatred that's put upon or frowned upon, Black Americans.
By who?
What?
No,
What are you talking
by Africans?
Africans.
Oh,
people
okay.
of Caribbean. My father's Jamaican.
Oh, no,
I hear it in that household too, brother.
Yes.
So
I know
there's not coming over here and then embracing, hey, I got a Black brother, I have a Black sister.
Yeah.
It's more like, oh, I heard what they said.
Oh, yeah.
And I agree with them.
Yes.
Y'all some niggas over there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
that's the problem.
In one of my episodes, I ended it by saying, I talk about how we started worshiping African Americans when we were in Africa. All my classmates, you are not going to have a name. You pick one of the movie names. I knew about Isaac Hayes, the Black Moses. I met him when I came here. It's like a legend standing in front of me, okay? So we copied African Americans before we came here. I ended the episode by saying, when we got here, we stay away from you because we see too much of us in you.
And think about it like this. I mean, if you got a child and you sending them somewhere, what are you going to tell them? Stay away from all the bull crap. Stay away from all the bad things. You want your child to make sure they get the best education possible. So for him to make that argument to say that they end up, separating themselves from African Americans, why would I group myself with something that's possibly going on? And why would you expect somebody that doesn't even know you to still want to appreciate you? If they don't know you, they don't know you. It is what it is, regardless of the color of your skin. You got to do what you got to do for your own self.
So now, here is what I was saying from the beginning. Why don't you ask me why, when you arrive here, you don't unite with us? Then you concluding that you hate us, white supremacy's talking point. Well, our eyes can see things. So ask me, why is it so?
Yeah, I mean,
and I will ask you, how many times have you tried to go visit us on the continent?
Oh, well, if my resources was as good as...
you reach than I am.
Man,
how?
You're reaching, bro. You can take a flight to Africa.
You're not? Okay.
How?
You're flashy, by the way.
How?
Fine.
What's flash?
It's the leather pants.
Oh, it's the leather pants. At $16.99 H&M. Go get you a pair. You know what I'm saying, my brother? Just because I'm stylish don't mean nothing.
You're stylish. You're stylish. Look, what I'm trying to say is this. I'm not afraid. I ended the episode by saying, I loved African Americans. When I was coming here, I'm telling you the truth. My mom, my dad, my people, nobody told me stay away. Do you know my first wife is an African American?
Boom.
She's now the superintendent of schools here.
So when did that change then?
When we arrived here, we saw too much of us in you and we stayed away.
What do you mean by that?
Huh?
What do you
When
mean
you
by
say
that?
too much of us and you,
The
specifically.
violence, the meanness, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Liberia, the killing of each other, the dishonesty, the anger. Look, let me tell you, if I go home, this guy you see here, I'll live like Michael Jackson. I have money to live like a king in Africa. Why do you think I'm still here? The snow? Or the taxes?
Yo,
Because I don't want to go back and take what I see here.
that man honest. You heard that he'd rather be in America than be in his own country. Because he know what time it is out there, man. The man said he want to avoid the violence. I think he's being very honest and very self-aware to say that, hey, he saw too much of them and us to where he saw the violence. But guess what? Sometimes we live in Delulu land and think that it's non-existent thing, but that's not true.
So
Don't you say it yourself? Come on. Don't you say it all the time? African Americans are a crap in a bucket. They don't support each other's business. They don't come together to do. So why are you blaming that on me? You've said it yourself. I heard it from you.
That is true.
Yeah, but
And the same thing you're saying is over there. A Chinese lady just opened a hair shop next to 3 Ghanaians in Accra. It's all on YouTube.
Immigrants
all the
come
blacks,
blessed in America, I'll tell you that.
all the blacks started going to her.
Of
So
course.
on the continent, the same thing you say here.
Wow.
Oh, you start a business in Nigeria, your own family and friends are going to bring you down.
That's
What you're
sad.
saying here, we are saying it there. When I moved to Kenya, the same thing I keep hearing. So I love to ask why.
I
Why-
think
why was it?
you're overlooking. A lot of people overlook the success and achievements that y'all so fixated on the negative. Black
you.
Americans,
We
we are.
copied it from you. Your music says it. What is the name of the guy with the glass eye? Something white. He's on
Charleston White.
He says it. Cosby says it. You've written books about it. We hear it from you first. We were focusing on your success when we see you come to Africa. Okay? We never had a problem. Have you heard any African American tell you, I went to and they did this to me? But do you know what we have gone through in the hands of African Americans here in America? How many times a white man has called me a Buddhist scratcher? But I can tell you when I go to high schools to speak, that's what they call me, laughing.
I'm not gonna lie. Back in high school, elementary and middle school, one of the jokes was African booty scratcher, and I know we have all heard that joke before. To call somebody an African booty scratcher. So he is telling the truth, and he's heard it from white counterparts as well.
So you think it's just you?
But
so I'm asking you.
I hate that analogy
from the other place, who is now here observing the two people. Ask me the questions that making conclusions that we are just following white supremacy talking point. No, we're not.
Well, hold on. Let me step in here for a minute. I hear where Frank is coming from, but again, there has to be just a little bit of a shift, right? Because two things that are very, very important. My man said he loved Cooley High. Right, he said that we made dashikis and platforms cool, afros and bell bottoms, whole nine, iced tea on the wall, boom, boom, boom. Wonderful. He's right. Cosby did say it. Pull up your pants, all that good stuff. He's absolutely right. Our music says it. He's absolutely right. Yep. Our television says it. He's am I in the right ballpark? Cool. How much of that did we produce?
Of what?
All of those things, all the media that you're speaking of. Who
media? No, I live in Bridgeport.
No.
It's a first-hand experience.
No. I don't want to move the goalposts. I want to talk about exactly what you said when it comes to the music, the books, the TV shows, the movies. Those things.
I know what David's trying to get at. He said, "How much did we produce?" But guess what? How much did we participate in? It's a catch-22 with that one, because if we still participating, it's just as bad. Just being honest.
Things are media.
Okay, sure. How many of that?
How much of that did we produce and distribute?
Oh, I don't know who wrote the lyrics for Tupac or who wrote the lyrics for B.I.G.
No.
The producer is saying, "Bring your product." And I will just produce it. You went with smoke niggas like a cigarette. He produced it. Ooh. You blaming the medium.
No.
Kevin, let's get real.
Oh, I am getting real. Here's what I know.
So I come to you.
I'm not mad at that. That's a good argument.
And I bring my lyric.
Right.
Clive Davis produced, what is her name?
Whitney
right?
Houston.
Okay. Either she sang people's songs. You could say, no, this song, I don't want to sing it because I want to protect the dignity of my people.
Oh,
but you write your lyrics, you take it to the guy, he said, great, your people love this. You said, yes, I produce you.
I would
do the same.
Truth. But here's a fun fact you don't know about me, Frank. When I was a kid, I used to sing backgrounds for Teddy Pendergrass and people like that. I grew up in the music industry.
Teddy, wow.
Yeah. Gerald Levert.
Wow.
I'm the youngest person to re-record The Twist with Chubby Checker. Like, I've been around the music business for a very formidable part of my life. I also was a radio programmer. I also ran CBS in Austin. I also put Ricky Smiley in the syndication. I worked with Wendy Williams, DJ Clue, so on and so forth. I can tell you from firsthand experience, and I defy anybody who watches this to tell me I'm lying, that we do not get to pick what records make. See, when somebody makes a record, you might not know this because you're not in the industry. When somebody makes a record, they can make a bunch of songs. Marvin Gaye and Barry Gordy, because Barry Gordy was answering to palm-colored people at this particular point in history, had an issue because Marvin Gaye wanted to sing what's going on and start reaching his people a different way. And what Barry Gordy wanted was, I wasn't bitter, nothing. He wanted the fun stuff. He didn't want anything, too controversial because he didn't think it was going to sell. When you make an album, it's usually anywhere from 30 to 100 songs. Out of that 30 to 100 songs, they pick 12. And when you look at it, the people who are making it's funny you said Clive Davis, because Clive Davis is also responsible for B.I.G. Because Clive Davis distributed Bad Boy, and then after him, you had Jimmy Iovine distributed Bad Boy, and Death Row. At different points in history. The point of it is when the people, the board that are not us. Statistically and historically, because I defy you to find a major record company, a major media platform that is owned by us. No. We don't get a say. We can make 1,000,001 songs. I have sat in meetings with people who were signing record deals and they were like, yeah, we like this, but no more of this. You can't talk about this, that, and the third. And if you say no, you know what there is? There is a line of foundational Black Americans who all want to buy their mama a house and the only thing they know how to do is rap. The only thing they know how to do is make beats. Yeah. And so once the product gets in their hands, it's not about what we want. Because if you go back, you were here, 1992. Were you here? Right? No, you weren't here.
Let me say this real quick. It's still about what's actually hot, man. People gonna still make music according to what people want to hear. Granted, yes, the powers that be control what songs go out. But guess what? We're still rapping the lyrics. We're still spreading the rhetoric that's in the songs. So we're still a part of the problem. We can't remove us. We can't remove us and just say that it's only the ones up top. Are we only going to point the finger? We never going to say that, damn, we might be part of the problem as well. Or let's just not participate in it. No, but people still want that check. Like, you can't play the game and then try and point the finger while you still playing the game.
Yes.
92. Do you know what the number one record on the radio in 1992 was?
Oh, shit.
It was. I'll save you the trouble. It's Public Enemy, Fight the Power. And that's when the Rodney King verdict happened. And that's when folks were rioting and they said,
People
never
wanted to hear
before,
it.
never again. And they made a distinct, and when I say they, I'm talking about the major media companies said, we're not going to allow this to happen ever again. So they decide what goes out. They own the radio stations. They own the billboards. They own the distribution channels. They have global distribution that has absolutely nothing to do with I bring my lyrics, because there have been plenty of people who bought lyrics. Okay. Right? Last point, I'll land my plane. You're familiar with Tyler Perry, are you not? Okay. Do you know what his lowest grossing movie was?
Daddy's Little Girl.
It's a movie that shows a responsible foundational Black American man who had 2 daughters. Like, I got my 2 daughters and I take care of my 2 daughters. But that is not what sells. How many times have you turned on the news and heard a foundational Black American businessman went home to his wife and 2 daughters today and absolutely nothing bad happened? But you'll hear about all the grapes, and take the G off, you know what I'm saying. You'll hear about all the unalivings. You will hear about all the stabbings. You'll hear about all the drug raids. You'll hear about absolutely everything. Because we are the only people who do not own and control our narrative. We get to perform. We do not get to collect. We get to put it out. They get to produce it and decide the message that goes out into the world.
Yeah, business works like that, of course. I remember long back that we were dancing to Nat King Cole, we were dancing to Ella Fitzgerald, we were dancing to Satchmo, we were dancing to, Herbie Hancock and all these Black people. You understand? And there was no violence and dirty language in it, but it was the same producers. In fact, back then, you can say there was no Bad Boy, there was no Death Row, there was no Young Money. Now you have it, and you're still writing the bad lyrics. This is what I understand about the culture.
Yeah.
Cultures have gatekeepers.
Yes.
Did you wear the T-shirt? Did you dance with the song? Did you buy it? Did you allow him to remain in your neighborhood? Well, you promoted it. So don't blame the guy over there. If you're going to sell your dignity, as you said, so your lyrics can sell, well, you choose, because you don't have a culture that has a gatekeeper. But I promise you one thing. The people I have lived among in Asia, they will never let you back again into the community if you're going to sing songs about our women that way or make videos with our women. Didn't you allow it? You did.
They banned the groups that are like K-pop in certain areas over there in Asia or whatnot, because they thought it was effeminizing the men. They banned it. So we can do the same thing, man. We just don't have no boundaries on what we actually want to spit out to the community or whatnot. Oh, it's okay. It is what it is. Or we can preach drugs, preach killing, and all that stuff. And it's okay. Oh, it's just, man, it's a part of it, man. It's a part of life, man. We got to get rid of that, man. We can't be blaming other people when we still participating in it too.
So I don't like to blame who produced.
I don't like that.
So at what point, at one point, by that same logic, if it's just business, slavery was just business, Jim Crow was just business, segregation was just business, poll taxes was just business. All of it is just business. But the truth of the matter is there is irreparable harm, and to act like that irreparable harm does not exist and lay it on the artist and not on the people who go looking for those particular artists. When I was coming up, when I got my deal, right, there was a department. It was called Artist and Repertoire. The average bear calls it A&R. And you had to go out and you would develop talent over time. Now, that's not what happens. They want the most ratchet, the most gutter, the most despicable situation they can possibly have. And when we do own it and we get too old and we're like, you know what, I want to retire, they back up the Brinks truck and they take us out of the game. When you look at what happened when BET got sold by Bob Johnson over to Viacom, which is now Paramount or whatever the heck they are this week, do you know the first things they did? No. The first thing they did was they got rid of the news, because the news was showing us in not only what was happening bad in our communities, but what was happening positively in our communities, highlighting. They got rid of Ed Gordon so fast it made your head swim. And right after that, they kicked Tavis Smiley out. Then they got rid of Teen Summit because you had a bunch of positive kids who were being examples, Black kids, being examples of what to be, what you could aspire to. So you take all the hope out of a situation. These are historical facts. This isn't conjecture. You take all the hope out of a situation and you continue to promote hopelessness. There is a distinct line that starts in the summer of 1992 and continues on, because if it bleeds, it leads. You got a mass comm degree. I got a mass comm degree. Hell, I was a mass comm professor at Temple University. You know as well as I do that sensation always sells, and nothing sells more than anything else. You know what a gaper delay is, right?
Hold on. He said a lot right there. But he said that they're going to look for the most egregious to put out in the forefront. Guess what? The most egregious is going to show up as well, because the same people that you saying that they look for, they show up. So we have them out there. So that's part of the problem as well.
A gaper delay. So pretend you're in traffic, right? Whether you're on 95, the Tappan Zee Bridge, wherever you are, and there's a delay in traffic and you can't figure out what it is. And so you're driving up and all of a sudden you see that there's somebody with a bad accident, their arm is off or their head's rolling down and your mouth is agape. People are slowing down because they want to see it. It's a gaper delay. We have been programmed, all Americans, regardless of skin color, to ingest a diet of negativity. But the biggest producers of negativity without any balance, or the biggest group of people that have negativity without any balance by design, are foundational Black Americans. And we're the only culture in America that has that.
I keep saying the same thing.
Oh, this is
the same
crazy.
question. You would say, this person did this to me. I would say, why did it work? The propensity must be there before the stimulus was introduced. Now, if you do not, my grandfather told me something. He said, anything that happens to you, forget about the result. It's unpleasant, unfortunate. Do not focus on what happened to me, because everybody knows what happened to you and you know what happened to you. Ask, why was I susceptible to it? And from that day, nobody can mess with you.
I think it's not that simple. All right.
No, I know.
Man, bro, this is scary, bro. I'm be honest, man. To keep saying that it's like a victim mind. Bro, I don't understand how we in 2025 and we able to do so much. We rolling into 2026 and we still supposed to perpetuate the victim mentality. I understand the history, y'all. And y'all gonna hate me for this, man. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all gonna dislike me for this because I'm always gonna stand on this side of doing. Because you're gonna have to do regardless.
Not that
Look,
simple.
the traffic light was created by a Black man, right? You know what they did? They start making tickets for people at red lights. The light bulb was created by a Black man. They started making Con Edison bills. Like everything, the cell phone was created by.
I am saying
what I'm saying. It's
you
not
have
that
to ask
you can't
yourself.
make it that simple. If we created all these things and they add a bill to what we created.
Look, man, I cannot defend what you have just listed. I have no proof of it. I have no name of it. If Black Americans are fewer than Africans, is that not true? Wait,
Certainly.
The population of African Americans in America is like one country in Africa, isn't it?
Certainly.
Okay. So if all these abilities to do all these things, why always the invention is African American and never anything happens where you came from?
We repeat the question because I know
let me repeat the question so it's clear.
Sure.
Africa has almost 1.2 billion people, 54 countries.
Yes.
All right. African Americans, 13%, maybe 54 million, right? All right. If these abilities you keep naming, that you can build a country like America, you can invent all the things. Why the people from whom you came, why are they not doing it?
Because they don't got the same pedigree as us. Black people in America are the richest Black nation on earth. We're the most successful Black nation on earth. We don't have the resource. We can't leverage resources like they do in Africa. I'm
asking about the ability for you to do the things he listed. Why are they not doing it on the continent? If it's
I can't speak of the continent. I can only speak about Black Americans in this country. Like this is what we did in this country with less resources, with less, and we still accomplished more than anybody in the diaspora.
Well, then what is the complaint about the white supremacists?
I knew he was about to get to that. How are you still complaining about white supremacy? If we see, that's the thing about it. We like to become the victim, but also big ourselves up to say, no, we have the most money. We are the most powerful Black nation. How can you do that in the same breath, but then still say that we oppressed by white supremacy? That's a contradiction in itself. Because the thing about it is, if we have so much power, let's group together and expand that power instead of sit back on it and say like, no, we still victims. No, we need to go with the first one, what you said, and be the leader of it.
complain about the white
succeeded,
supremacy.
and you're the richest nation on earth, and you've done all
Because
these things.
even with white
Why
supremacy, we
then
still
do we-
accomplish more than anybody in the diaspora.
I understand. Then where's the problem we are
Here's the
here
problem.
talking about?
Here's the problem.
What he's saying.
We're the only group
Why
in America.
are you complaining if
It's
you
not a
just say
complaint, it's a
now that
statement
no,
of
I
fact.
mean him. You are the richest nation on earth. I agree with you.
Mhm.
And we have done all these things and accomplished all these things.
Yeah.
Then why are we talking about somebody did something?
Here's
Life
why.
is just going on. You're going to be better more. Talk about what is here so the kids can hear it.
Yeah.
Pointing that to them. You are pronouncing and highlighting. You're the one making it that the kids are demoralized by these narratives. And I refuse to participate in that because the day I knew I'm just a different person, I'm an accidental citizen of this earth. I didn't choose my skin color. I didn't choose my tribe. I didn't choose my nation. I didn't choose my race. What is there for me to defend anyway?
That is
Knowing
true.
that I'm an accidental being here, I get along with anybody.
Sure.
Based on me. That's it. And I'm talking
This brother is spitting.
handsome and happy. That's when I respond when people ask me, how are you? What is the headache? What is it?
This is, man, I'm be honest. I ain't thought I was gonna say this African is spit. This African male is spitting because he sounds so grounded. He not even overly preaching on Africa. He sounds like a well-rounded, grounded individual. To where he says that he is a human citizen of the world. He can get along with all ethnicity groups because things are gonna always be situational upon where you at in whatever land that you live in. Your own people ain't gonna probably like you. You might end up befriending people that don't look like you. You might end up building things with people that don't look like you. The thing about it is, if you get around more like-minded people that want to build and grow, hopefully it's your family, so it could be some bloodline lineage involved with it. But if it happened not to be like that, then you have to integrate yourself in society to where you want to be a part of. And that's just going to be as simple as that.
I think that
What is wrong?
I think the issue is the lack of respect that we get from
You feel
everybody
it.
else.
You
Yeah.
said so.
Mhm.
He cooking them.
When I came to this country, there was one word common among gangbangers. Yo, you disrespected me. What the heck is that? It's an abstract noun. You can't even see it. You hang on to abstract nouns and kill people over it. How do you know you've been disrespected? What does it do to you? Did I pinch you?
Oh.
Did I hit you on the head?
I mean,
What
you're
is
flipping
it?
it
Wait.
only because you mentioned being called African booty scratcher affected your mindset.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I didn't end by saying. I said only African Americans did it to me. Did I tell you it affected me? It didn't. I still took kids
Okay, so you
to Africa.
take you out of it, right? You talking about the millions of Africans is here. It didn't affect them because that's the one thing they always come and say.
I don't know.
It's a through line.
I'm
But I
only
don't
telling
know.
you about what happens.
I think I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. I'm gonna be honest, man. This African guy, I'm sorry I'm not mentioning his name. I think his name is like Franck or whatnot. But I'm gonna be honest, I feel like he kind of cooked Dave and Daily 8 crew. I'm going to be honest. I feel like he slightly cooked them because he went to it from a position of not holding the victim mindset. And this is an African or whatnot. They got it. It's messed up over there too. They don't get no pass as if everything is just peaches and sunshine and rainbows. Their experience is less than ours because they didn't go through the transatlantic slave trade or whatnot, or at least maybe some of them did. But at the same time, or a large majority, their country still effed up. You feel me? Africa ain't even owned by Africans. It's split up like a puzzle piece over there. So, and they got a lot of outside interests that's, taking control of all the resources or whatnot. So we got to look at this as a whole, man. People in general, we have to fight for what's necessary for our survival in society. Now, we got two different fights. We got to fight as blacks as a whole in America, the class that we belong to in America, and then we're going to have the individual fight. Now, I'll say this. I think if more blacks reset the mindset, we get on the same page and playing the game the correct way, it will at least show on paper that our numbers look better for what we're doing. That's what it boils down to. More of us have to do the same thing. So we have to increase the household as a unit, all black families. Outside of that, we have to get into more investments, probably get more houses, so on and so forth. Then from there, it makes the community group look stronger as a whole. But when it comes down to saying that we're going to have like a black dollar to where we're only buying with black, and that's not realistic. Because if you look at any other group that's in America, they're not only buying with each other. Asians, they're not only buying with Asians. And if they are, they're buying the things that they import from their country. Let's say if you got an Asian grocery store, they're probably buying Asian because they're buying the things that they're importing from their country. So if we have things that we don't import from somewhere, it's still gonna get recirculated back into America because that's our homeland. Really think about that. If America's our homeland, your black dollar is gonna still circulate in America. You're not an immigrant anymore. We're a part of America. So we have to think about that. So me saying that is that we gotta move the same way how the white man move. Because all white people ain't grouped up, and it might look like they practice group economics, but they don't. It's just more of them playing the game, doing the exact same thing. They live a boring life and then they die, and then they probably leave something to their kids. See, this generation, you probably might not get saved this generation. This might not be your saving point. Your saving point might be for your next generation. You probably might die as the sacrificial lamb. And it's okay to be the sacrificial lamb. A lot of our ancestors were sacrificial lambs so that next generation can eat. We just got to make sure we don't do it in vain to where we die for nothing. And I think, honestly, if we look back at our ancestors, if we say what people died for, they would probably look forward and say, damn, this is what we died for? So we got to fix it, man. We got to fix the narrative. We got to fix the mindset just for the sake of our future generations, man. I know a lot of people don't care about it. They just want to live in the now and what they're doing, but it's deeper than that. If you want a bloodline, if you want a tradition to follow behind you. But I think I'm gonna leave it right there, y'all. I appreciated this debate. I'm not gonna lie. I really appreciated it. I enjoyed it. Because I see both sides of it. But I will say this, I think I sit more on the African side. I feel like I rest with the African on this one. Because when he hit the global citizen part and stated that I didn't choose what skin color I was gonna be born in, that was deep, because sometimes you could be over too tribal on a broad perspective of the world to where people had to navigate and mix and match in multiple cultures. I'm not going to say it was easy. I'm not going to say it even happened. You might have got killed trying to do it. But the thing about it is that it's still possible, and it happened, and it happens. And we got to understand that. And you're going to vibe with your tribe. Just try and keep them together, y'all. Everybody got their own fight they got to fight. Make sure y'all like the video. Comment below. I'll make sure I have the channel link in this description so you can watch them and check them out in its entirety. It's your guy JayBReacts, y'all. Until next time. Peace.